Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer and I'm here today to talk about the new moon in Gemini on June 14th, 2026 at 7:54 p.m. Pacific time. A new moon is where the sun and the moon come together in the darkest phase of the moon to create something new. And usually the new moon is in conversation with other planets, supporting it or, challenging it in some way. But this particular new moon is making absolutely no aspects. If we think of aspects as conversations with the other planets, the conversations that the sun and the moon had in Gemini are over. And now the moon is going to move into its rulership of Cancer on the 15th. So this void of course moon is where the moon is changing signs. It's a period of time when, for instance, using the idea that the aspects are conversations between planets, the conversations are done, and now the moon is walking down the hall, heading to a new room, the new room being Cancer, and there's no conversations being had during that period of time. So nothing can really take place. You can't really launch an idea. It's not necessarily a great time to sign a contract or to initiate an action or to try to come into some sort of conclusion. The moon is weak, it's ineffective, and thereby the moon representing your emotional being, your emotions may not be at their peak of frequency. That's kind of the way I want to put it. This is a particularly unusual new moon because you combine those aspects of, or the idea that there are no aspects and the moon is in the midst of a sign change. It's really about kind of taking this new moon as an opportunity to rest, to brainstorm, to come up with ideas. The idea or the rulership, what Gemini rules is ideas, it rules concepts, it rules conversation and communications of all kinds. It rules the media and journalism. It rules your everyday life, the roadways you drive, the sidewalks you walk on, the errands you run, the schools where you take your children. So rather than using this new moon to plant the seeds for a new venture, I think this would best be served to relax and to muse and to ponder and think about a new venture, but with the idea of checking in with what is my emotional vibration during this moon. Am I wanting to experience something that I think maybe is not attainable? And that's the opportunity because as you're able to kind of use this new moon to dig in deeper into how do you communicate with yourself about how you want your life to be, how you want your everyday, I want to say errands, but we don't all run errands every day. Your everyday routine, that's what I'm looking for. Everyday routines and how they can be much more magical and much more fun would be very beneficial during this time. Using the moon's emotional vibration to check into how am I thinking about something. And then in the meantime, I would, relax. I would do things that supported the idea, but wasn't taking action on the idea, like journaling, okay, or creating affirmations, or even potentially playing with a vision board. But again, using that device as a measure of where am I in my believability? Do my thoughts tend to worry and go into strategy mode? I have to have the money and I have to have the time and I have to, blah, 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 that puts you on the hamster wheel. Or is there a sense of ease about it? Like the information I need will come to me, the resources will come to me, and everything that I need will be provided by my focus and my willingness to be open to the laws of attraction, bringing the opportunities to walk through. So I'm going to stop my share because there's not much to look at here on this little wheel. But I do want to say this because I do think that this time, with the outer planets moving into and settling into their signs, in just a few days after this new moon, Chiron will dip its toe into Taurus for 3 months before retrograding back into Aries. And I think that this will also kind of bring up a sense of our personal history and what are we using our skills? Are we demonstrating to ourselves the ability to create our own security, our own sense of well-being, our own sense of inherent expansion? I do think that the planets and the aspects and the moons all have sort of a cooperative domino effect. I know we have a new moon every month, and we have 12 new moons that cycle through, and every new moon 6 months later brings a full moon in that same sign. So I think what we're going to see maybe in the Sagittarius energy is the full moon in Gemini opening up to you in a more concrete way how your connection with your voice, your thoughts, your true intentions become the divine message to the universe that then starts to bring the experiences or the components of the experience you want into the material world. So don't expect much of action, I think, during this new moon. And if you indeed have already started something and been working towards it, don't let this new moon thwart you. But you might have to repeat a few things or refine things or revisit things a little bit, depending upon how much detail you paid attention to when you were creating it. Okay, that's it. Short and sweet. I hope you enjoy this new moon. It's a funny one. See you soon. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye bye.